Hello everyone, it's me, Riley Rose. First of all, I just want to say this is my first video of 2025. One of my goals this year is to start posting videos every single Saturday. Am I actually going to do it every single Saturday? Probably not, but I'm going to try my best. Today, we are going to be reading Tim and Moby, More Than Classroom Friends. Tim and Moby taught you everything in school, right? Well, there's more to them than just science and such. There's romance in the air. But what will go down when Tim realizes that he's fallen for a piece of metal? We need to find out. The after shot. Okay, cut, the director shouted. Tim and Moby walked off the set. Tim hates his job, Moby being his only support system. So, Moby, Tim took a swing of his coffee. Got any plans later? Tim knew that he didn't ask him. He would be sitting on his couch watching The Bachelor alone tonight. So what was the harm? Moby thought for a second. Beep beep, he stuttered, a little red-faced. Of course, as friends, Tim said, shocked. He was too caught up in his masculinity to realize he was definitely falling for Moby. But Moby wanted Tim so badly to whisper soft beeps in his ears, but he knew it was only a fantasy. Let's do it at my place, Tim said. I have pizza rolls and we can play Monopoly. Their director walked over to them. Okay, Tim, tomorrow we're shooting about urinary tract infections, so get ready. Tim rolled his eyes. That's the worst idea I've ever heard, Tim shouted. He slammed his fist on the table, shaking with frustration. Look, bud, it was a letter sent by, I don't know how to say that name, asking, what is a urinary tract infection? So that's what we're doing. The director stormed away. Tim sighed. Moby placed his hand on Tim's shoulder. Sorry about that, Moby. I'm just having a rough day. I want to be able to do it with a friend like you, though. Without a friend like you. I don't know why, I think I just said with a friend like you. Anyways. Tim forced a smile and headed towards the exit. See you at 7, okay? Moby put his thumb up. Beep. Tim walked out as Moby stormed there, wondering if Tim will always see him as a robot best, quote-unquote, friend. Maybe he could change that tonight. Ooh. Moby pulled up in his Tesla, charging a lot for that, anxious to see Tim. They've hung up before, but Tim was ready to confess his feelings. He walked up to his apartment door, knocked with chocolates behind his back, in one hand. Aw. Tim opened the door. Hey, come in! He stepped aside to let Moby in. Moby realizes that this was all a mistake. Moby knew Tim would never feel the same. He had to figure out a way to hide the chocolates. Oh my gosh, he's freaking out. He's getting last-minute nervous. What do you have there? Tim asked, pointing behind Moby's back. Moby backed up. Beep, beep, beep. Nothing, Tim asked curiously. Moby shook his head. God, he's already regretting this. Okay, whatever. Ugh, Tim said and walked over to the couch. Moby quickly snuck the chocolates into a nearby trash can. Okay, wasteful, but all that. You wasted your money and you wasted the food, okay? And followed him behind Tim. Here, sit down. Also the pizza rolls. Do you want anything to drink? Ain't anything to drink? I think it's just meant to say want anything to drink. Moby shook his head again. Are you alright? Tim asked. Moby figured with his fingers for a while, seconds before saying, beep. Tim nodded and walked into the kitchen. Moby noticed that on the coffee table, Tim put a Monopoly in his favorite chocolate, Twix. Moby got suspicious. Could this mean Tim is trying to impress Moby with his favorite chocolates? He slightly regretted throwing away his own chocolates, wasting. Tim came over and sat behind him. The pizza rolls should be done soon, so now we can start the game. They played Monopoly for a while, laughing and having fun, before Tim stopped mid-crash count to sniff the air. Do you smell that, Moby? Moby couldn't smell, so he just went with it and said beep. Oh god, I think it's coming from the kitchen. Tim got up and ran to the kitchen. Those pizza rolls. Oh no. I burnt the pizza rolls. I put 30 minutes on the timer instead of 10. Tim opened the oven, releasing a huge cloud of smoke. Tim and Moby coughed up from the exhale. Tim got an oven mitt and threw the black pitch stones out of the oven. All of a sudden, they went up in flames. Ah! Tim shouted, racing to get water and a cup to slash on the pizza rolls. Then the fire alarms went off into the ceiling, sparklers spraying water all over Tim and Moby. OMG, Moby, are you waterproof? Tim yelled. Beep, Moby said. Oh, thank God, Tim said, trying to hit the sparkler off with a broom. Suddenly, the sparklers and fire alarms stopped. Tim and Moby were tripping in water. They sat in silence for a couple seconds before Tim broke down laughing. Moby too. Well, I guess pizza rolls aren't gonna be in the menu tonight, Tim said, still laughing. Moby looked at Tim. He was even hotter wet, but Try Tim was still good too. Wow, we're soaking, Tim said as he took off his shirt. Moby was practically fighting his temptations at this point. He was about to go overdrive on Tim's pepperoni nips. Moby stepped closer to Tim, even though he was forcing himself to resist. Just then, Moby realized Tim was coming closer too. They were face-to-face close, and Moby realized that what was happening. He closed his metal eyelids and went in for the kiss. Then, there was a knock on the door. Ugh, ruining the moment. Tim quickly realizes what was happening and pushed away from Moby, embarrassed. I should probably get that, Tim says, and puts on his sobbing shirt. Also, off topic, this is not about the story, but why is this ad on Wattpad so huge? Like, the ads on this website are getting too out of place. Okay, anyways. Moby is flustered. If he could show emotion, he would be bright red. He wondered what happened if the knock never occurred. Tim opened the door. It's a girl with glasses, brunette, a bun in her hair. She looked confused. Moby stops violently shaking and lays down, still knowing that Addie is gone. Why don't I say Abby? Addie's gone. Tim gets on his knees next to Moby. Moby, don't die on me. Moby can't help it. Beep, beep, beep. Wait, what's going on? Tim looks at Moby and wipes tears from his eyes. What the hell, Moby? What do you mean you faked it? I thought I just lost my best friend to ceiling sprinklers. Moby sighs hurriedly. Why does he keep saying his best friend like they weren't just about to kiss 15 minutes ago? Tim helps Moby get up. Tim looks around at his soaking kitchen and exhausting. Ugh. Well, not much to do now besides clean up. Tim ruffles his damp hair. Moby is tempted to kiss him again. Tim's skin is really pale and his face is a weird shape, but Moby likes that about him. Moby looks at him. Beep beep. Tim smiles. Sure. You clean, help me clean up. Moby is trying off the counter with towels, and Tim opens the trash can to throw away the burnt pizza rolls. He looks inside and pulls out a box of chocolate. Moby's metal stomach sinks. What's this? I don't remember buying this or throwing it away. Moby blushes. He's speechless. Tim realizes, look, this is a very sweet offer, but I honestly think it's better off if you threw them away. If you threw it away after all. Moby's emotions go from embarrassed to angry. How could he say that? Tim brought the chocolates for him too. Beep 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 beep. Tim scoffs. 1, I brought chocolates to be courageous, and 2, we were not about to kiss. Moby keeps wiping off the kitchen in frustration, ignoring Tim. I think it'd be better off if you went home. I'll do the rest. Tim goes over and tries to remove the towel from Moby's hand. Moby doesn't budge. Look, Moby, I'm just trying to do what's best right now. Moby looks up at Tim. They're face to face once again. Tim looks at Moby's lips, or whatever they are. Tim grabs the towel from Moby without looking away. I'll see you tomorrow, Moby. We've got work to do. Moby grabs his keys and slams the door on the way out. Maybe he was wrong about Tim after all. He could never truly love a robot. This is getting emotional. When Moby gets into his Tesla, okay, I'm on Moby's side throughout this story, but whatever, we're not gonna get to the Tesla thing, whatever, we all make mistakes. He sat there for a moment. He realized how pitiful he truly was. How could Tim ever love him? A stupid robot. He put his head against the wheel, in robot. When he got home, he sat down on the couch. He had a missed call from Tim. He put his phone down on the couch and went to bed. Maybe they should just be co-workers. This is not co-workers to Lover storyline. They're just co-workers to co-workers. The next day, he went into the studio to get ready for the shoot of the newest episode. He saw Tim getting ready from afar. It was just going to be so awkward to work with him after everything that just happened. Just then, the director came up to Moby. Hey Moby, here's the script for today. She pauses. You seem down. What's up? Moby shakes his head and grabs the script. He forgot today they were doing an episode on UTIs. How sweet. The director gave him a puzzled look. Look, you're on in 5, and I really ain't got time for your attitude. You either gotta do the thing, or we get a new robot. You're not that hard to replace, you know? That pissed Moby off. How could she say that to him? He threw down the script and stuttered in the dressing room. Tim saw everything from afar and gave a pitiful look. In the dressing room, Moby looked himself in the mirror. He knew he was easy to replace. Just some metal parts. He knew that's why Tim didn't like him. Then he heard a knock from the dressing room door. Moby walked over and opened it. It was Tim. Hey Moby, I saw what happened back there. I hope you're okay. The director was a bitch, really. He handed Moby the script he dropped. Moby took it from him and he smiled slightly. Tim looked down for a second, then he looked back up at Moby. I'm sorry about yesterday. I was just flustered about the whole fire thing. And then Addie came by, which made it worse. I shouldn't have been so rude. I just want to make things like they used to be. We're best friends, and I don't want things to come in between us. Not girls, for that matter. Moby was screaming inherently. He thought Moby liked Abby after everything that we went through, after almost kissing. Moby realized something that day. Either Tim was trying his hardest to deny something between them, or he was really fucking stupid. Moby laughed a little bit in disbelief. Beep, beep, beep. Tim pat Moby on the shoulder. Okay, I'm glad we're good now. I'm pretty sure we're on though. Let's go on set before the director yells at you again. They finally shot about telling the reasons and biology behind UTIs, and then they wrapped up the episode. The director rolled her eyes and then looked at Tim and Moby. Thank God that's over. Tomorrow we're discussing She flips through some pages in her hands. Gay people! Some kid asked about gay people, so why not? Moby's face went stiff, even more stiff than a robot face would be normally. He was trying his hardest not to look over at Tim. Tim cleared his throat. I don't know, he paused. Would that go over well with some audiences, like homophobic people or something? The director scoffed. Tim, really? We need to educate kids on these topics, and if someone's homophobic, they can simply just not watch it. Moby knew she was right. Tim did too, but it was such an awkward thing to discuss, especially since, well, we know why. Moby couldn't do it. He had to put a stop to this. Beep beep, Moby asked softly. The director rolled her eyes again. I'm about to fire both of you. We're doing this. I don't care. What, are you too gay or something? Tim practically chuckled. Me? Gay? What? Moby was angry. How closeted is this man? Is he technically even gay though? Because Moby is a robot god. But is Moby truly a man? He didn't care. Tim was definitely gay though. The director looked at Tim and looked Tim up and down and walked away. Tim quit laughing. Anyway, Tim looked over at Moby. Do you want to go do something? Not in my house, preferably. Bad memories. Moby hesitated. What games was Tim trying to play? Tim was playing with Moby's metal heart. And that is the end of this beautiful story. It was sadly never updated. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe. If you want more, this is the end of our meeting. Goodbye.